In a world of dreams, it's do or die. Chasing visions, we aim so high. The countdown's ticking, it's almost time. Onpassive's here in its prime. Rise up strong, let the future ignite. Dreams turn real, shining bright. Together we stand, we'll reach the sky. Onpassive's the force, we'll never say goodbye. Step by step, the journey unfolds. With every challenge, we're brave and bold. Innovation's key, the path is clear. Onpassive's launch is finally near. Greatness is earned, the voices call. With unity, we'll conquer it all. Reset your doubts, believe in your heart. Onpassive's mission is the perfect start. Rise up strong, let the future ignite. Dreams turn real, shining bright. Together we stand, we'll reach the sky. Onpassive's the force, we'll never say goodbye. Time is now, no turning back. Success is the train, we're on the track. With courage and faith, we'll always strive. Onpassive is here, keeping dreams alive.
Marty, there's a few people on your channel you might want to get rid of. I got rid of a few on mine. First of all,
have a name? No.
Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on, and her debate was screaming at Ash. And another Queen of Karma, probably the same person, asking about why don't we answer the question about commissions. I think we've answered that over and over again.
Oh, I've been answering them all morning long. Yeah.
I know.
It's not the answer you want, but
yeah, I'm not even worried about that. Remember that?
She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Stop going there.
don't panic.
Karma's a bitch. Queen of Karma.
Only about 2-3% succeed. But the failure rate, the new update that I saw, research suggests it's over 99%.
पैनिक वाली बात नहीं है. इसका रीजन मैं बताता हूँ क्या है. यस, उसने भी थोड़ा गलत लिखा है. ऑनफ्यूजन नहीं, ऑनफ्यूजन है, पीछे टी लगी हुई है उसके. ओके, फ्यूजन टी है.
It is about to reveal, right? It's about to come much earlier than people are thinking.
Hello, everyone, and happy MLM Monday to all of you, the day in which you watch your favorite anti-MLM creators. And I hope that is why you are here today. Usually I don't cover Onpassive on Mondays. I try to, keep them for the rest of the week, but I didn't have time to do a Monday show this week, to be honest. I've had a bad cold. So we're going to be looking at some Onpassive today. I did post up a video, though, earlier today, a little while ago. So go and check that out. It's very MLM Monday-y. So if you're missing it, you can go check that out. If you're like, Queen, I need a break from the Onpassive. I did post up a video that you can go watch to give you a break. But we are definitely going to be doing some Onpassive today because a few funny things have happened. And there's an alleged update that everyone keeps buzzing about. So first of all, Marty decided to give us advice on MLMs again. So we're going to be taking a little look on that, seeing how he does these multi-level marketing companies that are not successful and how his is definitely the one that's successful. And I don't know what's worse is to just completely ignore the statistics out here and pretend like all MLMs are successful, or to notice and discuss the statistics of the lack of success rate in MLMs and then say, that's all true, but our MLM is going to be different than all the other MLMs. I'm not sure which is worse. So I'm posing that question to you today. And then Gursminder came on, Marty and Chris's, because he had a conversation with Ash and an alleged Ash update. And like I said, they're all going off about it. They're like, oh, Gursminder gave us an update. We have an update from Ash. So I thought we would go over that today. We have Albs here. Good to see you. Goosebender needs to shut his bloody mouth. He really does, though. Joe is here. Good to see you, Joe. Nev says, don't panic. May says, see you at the top where your ears will pop because your brain stopped. That was my own version. Mr. Level is here. Good to see you. And Violet just came in. Merry Monday. Okay, that doesn't quite work, but good to see you all. That's right. That's right. And Angel is here. Hey, Sayers of Nay. Hello. Hello. So I think we'll get into Marty discussing MLMs. You know, he does it a lot, but this one was particularly funny because obviously he's been reading the FTC website. I find that quite interesting. Hey, Mark B, good to see you. Idaho. Idaho, neighbor. All right, let's go.
No matter what the situation, because the outcome of this company is going to blow us all away. It's going to be an amazing, amazing thing. Ash Mufareh is working extremely hard for us, and I can't wait for you to hear all this stuff. It's exciting. All right, Marty, back to you. I don't know if you want to do your video or...
I might do that quickly if he's coming.
Yeah.
First, a couple of things I wanted to say though. You know, a lot of people come online and all that, and I keep telling people only about 2-3% succeed. But the failure rate, the new update that I saw, research suggests it's over 99% of participants in MLM lose money rather than make a sustainable income.
Yeah, Marty, that's right. That's right. Yet for some reason, people keep promoting them and promising financial freedom with them. People like you, who does an illegal income claim every single day. I swear, you want to do an illegal income claim for every single country in the world. All 3,000 of them.
Annual losses. The Federal Trade Commission independent studies estimate that only 1% of MLM participants turn a profit.
Violet says, hope all the patients are feeling a bit better. I'm starting to now, thankfully.
Most of these are the very top of the pyramid. Global participation, while not exact number, suggests it's over 100 million people. If 99% of them fail, it's roughly 99 million people lose money annually. Now listen to this part.
Yeah. 99 million people actually really do lose money annually to MLMs. And this is why when people are like, it's not important to speak out about these things, you should just let them do their little business. I'm like, they're actually a really big problem though. And I think we have to stop separating MLMs from pyramid schemes. You know, like if you would speak out about any other scam out here, you should also be against MLMs.
Industry revenue versus earnings. The MLM industry generates $180 billion annually. The money's there. It's just the way it's set up. So
So when Marty says that, I can't help but be like, he thinks that they're going to get everyone instead of those 99 million people putting their money in other MLMs. All those people are going to come and put their money into Onpassive. Like the way he stated that was like, that money is all there for us. The money is there. People are putting money into it. It's just they all have the wrong MLM. Ours has Ash Mufareh, so automatically it's going to succeed. And I'm like, that's nice. It Works had Mark Pentecost. It didn't do much, you know?
Remind everyone, and you know it, most of you know it, we are very blessed because this will be the only company that spins that around. I wouldn't be surprised.
Again, 99 million people are all in companies. All of them, all the companies, which there's over like, there's millions of MLM companies, okay? All of these companies have that failure rate. All of them pretend that they're the one that does not. They all claim to have something that none of the other ones have. Whether it's a product, like with It Works, it was the crazy rock thing. They were like, nobody else has this. It's like, maybe there's a reason for that. Just saying. With Scentsy, it was the Scentsy Buddies. Yeah, you can get wax at the store and at Walmart, but you won't find the Scentsy Buddies everywhere. And they've actually manipulated even a bunch of anti-MLM people to be like, yeah, I don't support MLMs. This is my Scentsy warmer. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me? So much so that even Blair Illuminati, when she did her Scentsy video, I was real fucking mad. And she put me in the video. But I was mad at her because she didn't do proper research into the Mormon thing, but also because in her video, she stated that it was the safest of all the MLMs. And I was like, Blair, what the fuck are you doing? I'm literally trying to end that stigma right now in this community. And then you come out here and drop that and basically tell people, yeah, you can be anti-MLM, but it's okay if you use Scentsy warmers. Like, no. Imagine being like, yeah, you can be anti-MLM, but here's some Young Living essential oil. Oh yeah, I'm anti-MLM, but I love my Young Living essential oil. Same thing. In fact, they even sell oils. So it's like, no, it's the exact same thing. All of them claim to be the one that is the one. That's the issue. You're no different. I know you really badly want to be different, but you're not. And that's the thing. And anything that you could have done differently, you have failed at throughout the last 6 years. So your track record is, again, 100% failure rate. Like Stricardo said. Good to see you, by the way. And Baron just showed up. Hello. Like, there is nothing that Onpassive has that the other MLMs don't have. In fact, most of the other MLMs have a CEO that actually gets his work done and does it properly. So you actually have a disadvantage in comparison to all of the other MLMs, not an advantage.
If 25-30% of the income goes to people. Anyway.
So yeah, he seems to think Ash Mufareh is going to make all this money and give 20 to 25% at least back to the people, if not more. Ash also has told them in the past that he's not in this to make money. But we've already known that he had made $108 million that he then pocketed. And now they're wondering if there's been a bunch of money laundering going on. So, did he help anyone then? No. He didn't even pay for the O-Connect with that money. Marty is always like, oh, well, you guys, Ash paid for the O-Connect for all of us to use it for 9 months. So it's worth whatever you paid into this. No. Because he didn't even pay his AWS bill. So he wasn't buying it for everyone. So he hasn't done anything for anyone. All he's done is come out here, gotten praise, and then told people lies, made broken promises, gotten people's hopes up. That's all he's done. So based on that track record, I just don't think that we can trust that this MLM is going to be the one, Marty. I just don't think we can. After that, Marty went on to do an illegal income claim, of course. Several. He's done, like, again, every day. Every day now, he does an illegal income claim for somewhere. It's ridiculous. Marty, there's absolutely nothing special about you. Welcome to being a statistic. Exactly. And there's nothing special about Ash. You know, he's no Grant Cardone. And there's so many people out here that have been scamming for years that are actually successful at scamming. Ash can't even be successful at scamming. I mean, he got caught, didn't he? So he got caught, and obviously he's not doing a very good job. So there's all that. Hello, Kevin. Good to see you. So after that and the illegal income claim, which I'm only going to be doing them if they're really, really bad because they're every single day. I cannot be doing a stream every single day to react to Marty's illegal income claims. That would be insane. You guys would be really bored of that really quickly. But I am still collecting them all. And I am still reporting them. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Sometimes it may seem like nothing's going on with Onpassive. There's always lots going on behind the scenes. So there's that. So after he did that, they went on to have Gursminder come up because Gursminder had released a video where he said that he had a conversation with Ash. I'm not surprised that they text each other, just like Marty and Chris claim to text with Ash. Gursminder is quite high up in Onpassive. He's probably at the same level as Marty and Chris. He has a very, very large team, might even be bigger than Marty and Chris's team. And due to that, Ash will answer his text messages. It's going to make him a lot of money, right? Hello, Primo the Boxer. How come I don't like Massive? You mean Onpassive? The scam? Because it's a scam. I don't like scams. Do you like scams? I wonder if the SEC will depose him being outside of the US. Being in Canada, yeah, he can be. I mean, the reason why they had to push the case back, Violet, was because they are contacting people outside of the US. Right? They're contacting people in Dubai. They're contacting people in India. They're contacting people in Singapore because apparently he had an office there for a little bit. So they're going to get a hold of anyone that had contact with it there. And then they're contacting people in the US. Wouldn't be weird to think that they would also be contacting people here in Canada. I can assure you, they're probably contacting some people here in Canada. So let's hear what Gursminder had to say.
In India. So Gursminder, I love you, brother. I did make him eat fish when he didn't want to. In Boston, it was a lot of fun. But let's bring on Mr. Gursminder Dhillon to give us a very, very great message. As I promised, word of mouth is the best way to do it. Hey, brother, oh, look at your makeup's running a little bit here.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning. Give us, I have a thing many people said in English, but I thought, man, I'd rather have Gursminder talk about. And again, I want to invite you to the Heroes webinar to repeat this message. And I also want to thank Rupa Paul, who's actually going to translate it into Bengali so we can get the message out. Anyone else in a different country that needs the translation, I can send it to you and you can talk in your language. Great message, Gursminder Dhillon. The floor is yours.
Hello. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Marty. Good morning to everyone. I'm excited as always, right? And good to see you both like continuously from so many years. You are live everywhere. And we really appreciate the hard work and dedication by both of you. Really, it's amazing work that you both do. And we love you from our hearts. Everybody loves you. Right. And yesterday was a very good, big day for me.
Some ass kissing, you know. of course.
Like I just messaged Ash yesterday, and just told him to I want to talk to him, and he within 2 minutes he just messaged me. Yes, definitely, we will talk. And after
Now this was weird to me a little bit, because correct me if I'm wrong, but according to Marty and Chris, they text with Ash like every day, and he sends them updates every day. But now Gursminder has a conversation with Ash, and it's a huge update, and we need to put it in a video, and we need to translate it into different languages, and we need to have Gursminder come on their show and deliver the message in English to everyone. And then later he goes on to do it again on the Heroes, I heard. So it's like, if you're already talking to Ash every day, why would Gursminder's conversation be so important? You know what I mean? Like, in comparison to all the ones that you're allegedly already having with Ash daily. And then I was like, I actually haven't heard in a little bit them be like, oh, well, we were texting with Ash the other day. So I was like, are they still texting with Ash every day? Because, like, again, there's no proof of this. Like Magical Neb says, yep, I texted Ash too. He says that it's a scam, and thanks for the 108 million. His wife's manicure is fire. Fire, 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 fire. Like Muhammad Kamal says in that video. I made sure to include that clip in the Muhammad Kamal video I did just for you guys, because I know you love that fire, fire, fire. Well, I was like, we got to put the fire one in there if we're talking about Muhammad Kamal. But, like, for all we know, they could just be doing the same thing, right? Like, I talked to Ash yesterday, guys. He said everything's fine. Don't panic, all right? You don't have to get upset, okay? Everything is absolutely fine.
Don't panic.
And I've always been like, okay, we haven't seen any proof of this. It's not like you show us a text message of him being like, everything is going as planned. You know what I mean? I can't even come out here and be like, I was talking to someone the other day about this, and I think this is true, without having an entire group of people do like 50 videos on me and how I must be a liar. So I'm like, why are these people allowed to just be like, I was having a conversation with this person the other day, and then we're just supposed to take it as face value? What's going on over here? What's happening? Nobody takes anything at face value. What the hell? You know, I come from a different world. You know? Oh my God, I bet this is going to be a really big announcement, right? It's like, it better be. That's the thing, because I'm like, are we not just having this conversation daily ourselves with Ash? I haven't heard about it in a little bit, but why is this one so special? My name is Ash Mufareh, and I am your texting friend.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
You can text me. Hey, Go-Go. If there is a memorandum of understanding between two countries, the SEC can get info from foreign countries. I think otherwise you have to extradite a person to the USA. Yes. So in India, they do. It's just that the SEC has to like apply to the government and basically be like, hey, we want to depose a few of the people in your country about this scam we're trying to take down. So we're letting you know, can we come do that? And then they'll be like, yeah, sure, come do it. It normally isn't refused. So that's not really a worry. The SEC also has like a 98% success rate when they take scams to court, by the way. It's quite high. So they don't normally get told by other countries like, no, you can't, blah, 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 unless it's like Dubai might be a problem. You know, that one might be a little iffy. We'll have to see how that goes. but they should be fine in terms of talking to people in Hyderabad. In terms of Canada, that should be absolutely fine. They can even do it in like a video call as long as everything's recorded, right? It works the same. That's kind of what they do with the depositions anyway, is they'll have a meeting and they'll record the meeting. So when you're being recorded, you're under oath. Like they'll make you swear like under oath and everything. And then they like interview you and it's like you're a witness on the stand for that meeting. That's basically what it is. So it's like your sworn statement, right? So they can do that with people in a lot of places just over the internet. I just think they have to get permission from some places, and due to like having to write those places, ask for the permission, having to wait for them to respond, etc., they wanted to push it back a bit. And then that's why right now they're doing like Jeffrey Morlock and the people that are in the US and Canada and etc., that they can kind of get to more easily. They'll work on theirs right now while they're kind of waiting to hear back. And then that should all be done by early next year, end of this year. I think it's supposed to be done by December, but don't quote me on that. I'm going by memory right now. I could go check. I'm sure that it's written in the litigation. And I have the court docket website so that you can go and see all of the court filings and everything. So it will be in there somewhere, but I believe it's December. Joe said, Ash changed his phone number. Bill collectors have been calling him. They're like texting his old number. It's just some random person. Like, I don't know who this Ash guy is, but it's really cool pretending to be him. People just keep writing me, telling me how much they love me and how I'm lord of the internet and shit. That'd be great. We can text Ash. What about semi-phone flags? Semi-phone flags. What? Thomas, calm down. Calm down. I wish them luck with Dubai, though. They are stonewalling us for some huge criminals. And that's what I said. I said Dubai might be the one that, if you had to be worried, Dubai might be a little bit more difficult. So worst case scenario, they might not be able to really do much about Dubai. But the other thing about Dubai is that Dubai's Onpassive is now Muhammad Kamal's Onpassive. So they might not need it, right? I mean, they'll bring up that he opened an office there with Muhammad Kamal and whatnot, but I don't know if they really would need to talk to anyone there. And I'm pretty sure that if they reached out to any of the employees, the ex-employees, I'm sure a lot of them would be willing to speak. I don't know how that one goes, but it might still work out. But yeah, Dubai is kind of the one that is a little bit worried. Yeah, go, exactly. See, the thing is, if they're investigating you in Dubai, you have done something very, very illegal. Okay? That's all I'll say about that. All right? I did a post on my community tab about MLMs, organized crime, Dubai. Check it out if you haven't. But yeah, that's all you really need to know about that, right? Queen, it's either semi-4 or interpretive dance. Interpretive dance. I want to see you do an interpretive dance. Do that. Do an interpretive dance to get a hold of Ash Mufareh, Thomas. Make it all folky. And because for some reason, when I think of interpretive dance, that's the kind of music that pops in my head. It's like yoga music or something, you know? And, you know, tell him that he sucks and that Onpassive is a big, massive scam. Which I had the pleasure of doing myself to his face once. Do you think Onpassive and Onfusion will ever have a massive off? Do I think they'll ever stop? I don't think that they'll ever stop. I think that even if Onpassive gets shut down by the SEC, Ash is still going to try to find a way to run a scam. As a con artist, will always be a con artist, especially when it's all he knows. So, someone's been scamming for like 20 years. It's like, no matter what happens with this thing, he will probably still continue. Onpassive may not. And Onfusion may not ever be able to fully come into fruition because of everything going on, right? But I don't think it's going to stop Ash. I don't think it's going to stop Muhammad Kamal unless he gets thrown in jail. I don't think that anything will stop him, actually, unless any of them get thrown in jail. I believe all of them, especially like people like Marty and Chris and that, even if Ash got thrown in jail, I feel like they would try to still continue it. If not with this, then they would go find something else. And then that one would be the MLM. That's the best one. Just like Marty has said that about every single MLM he's ever been in up to this point. Unfortunately, if you don't kind of like wake up and get out of the whole culture of this thing, then you get stuck in it. That's why people go from MLM to MLM to MLM, right? Interpretive dance does sound more fun. Exactly. Let the best massive win. And we're also seeing, Primo, who wins between Onpassive and Vibe. Because Vibe claims they're dropping their products a week from today, actually. It's supposed to be the 17th. So that's going to be some fun. I want to see what happens with that. I'm very, very excited. Megan and Reagan have written me a comment. I asked them if they would be willing to come up for an interview. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm not going to attack them or go off on them. I want to have a real conversation. Like I said, I don't know if they're bad people. So I'm still, you know me. I didn't think anyone in Onpassive was bad for like 3 years. I still have faith in humanity. Too much sometimes. Susie Hula Hoop. Do we want a Susie Hula Hoop? Do I have that one on here? Ooh, I don't know if I do. All right, I'll get it for you. I can get it. It's not far. I do have them all in a folder so that I can get to them semi-quickly. So just give me a second. I'm in another browser right now because my other browsers don't want to connect to my microphone for some reason. It's a good thing I'm a talker and I can like fill in space while I'm doing things. I was made for YouTube, I tell you. This is my representation of spring and contacting Ash. Yes. Yes, do it. If you want to get Ash with interpretive dance, you'll need circus music. Yes. I've memed them with circus music a few times. Meme off, song off. Hello, Jelly. Hello. Yes. We just watched that. Sorry, you just missed it. You can rewind. It wasn't very long, but it was pretty funny. I went on a rant. Mrs. Ash will start at home nail care business. I mean, she might have to at this point. Not a bad idea, to tell you the truth. I mean, that's a pretty good business investment if you do want to work from home. As long as you do it properly and you actually go and get the education to do the nail care and you're not just one of those scammers on TikTok right now where they just like order one of those nail care kits off of like Temu and then they like charge people to do their nails and then people are getting like infections and stuff right now. That's a real thing happening right now. I've been looking into it. I was thinking about doing a video because there's been like 10 cases. I watched the Do We Know Them podcast. with Jesse and Lily. And they were talking about it. And I was like, holy crap, this is like actually a very dangerous scam. So I wanna look into that one more. But yeah, don't do that. But you can go and get your nail tech. All right. You can actually just go and get the education for quite cheap. Here in Canada, I'm pretty sure you can get like a fast track program where they actually will teach you everything you need to do this safely. And then, yeah, you get the stuff and you can do it from home. That's not a bad small business idea for somebody. See, that's a good small business. That's how you should be doing small businesses, is things like that. Not with MLMs, not with any of these network marketing things where they're like, come take our course and we'll teach you how to be an influencer and you'll make millions. None of that. Go to school. Hone up on a skill, get good at doing something, and then do that from home. If you're going to do it, you know? That would just be the best way to go about it. Once you see Susie Hula Hoop, you can't unsee it. It's traumatic. That's not too traumatic, is it? Like, do I need a trigger warning for that? It wasn't long, but it was funny. A woman who slept with Marty, probably. Lord, we're just tearing them up today.
15-20 minutes, actually, he called me, and really, it was a great call. And roughly around 20 minutes, we talked, and we shared some
So it's like, is it important because it was a phone call?
memories, past memories, and as usual, Ash was in his high spirits, and he was looking confident with his voice, and so basically he tried to explain me a lot of things, and was of the opinion that what is the ground report. Actually, he wanted to.
So I just want to remind everyone of the last time that Gursminder gave us a real update on what was going on with Onpassive.
करते हैं सबके लिए खुशियां भरा हो सबका साथ.
Now you're going to have to read the subtitles. All right? There's subtitles you'll have to read. It's in a different language. But this is what he said last time.
And on to that, आज मुझे भी भेजी है एक तो रिकवरिंग हम बोल्ट वाली जो पोस्ट है तो वो वाली
Covering Bolt.
उसमें ब्ला 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 बहुत कुछ बोला गया है, बट इसमें कोई पैनिक वाली बात नहीं है. इसका रीजन मैं बताता हूँ क्या है. यस, उसने भी थोड़ा गलत लिखा है. ऑन फ्यूजन नहीं, ऑन फ्यूजन है, पीछे टी लगी हुई है उसके. ओके, फ्यूजन टी है, टी
Onfusion T.
.net. ओके, सबसे पहले हमें ये समझना पड़ेगा कि मिस्टर ऐश जब भी अभी चीज़ों को ला रहे हैं, लीगल टीम है वो जो सजेस्ट कर रही है जो कि बेस्ट पॉसिबल एक ऑप्शन होता है किसी बिजनेस को दोबारा से लाने का, तो वो उनको सजेस्ट किया है. उसी के अकॉर्डिंग टू ये सारा कुछ हुआ है, जो कि मिस्टर ऐश ने पहले हमें बोला कि मैं अभी कुछ मुझे बताने की जरूरत नहीं, जब आपके सामने सब कुछ आएगा तो मैं आपको सब कुछ बता दूंगा.
He goes on to say that they're going to make the company called Onfusion T because of the issues legally going on right now. And then he says that Ash's lawyers have basically told him that this would be the best route to do legally in order to continue with this company.
Right? ये एक पॉजिटिव चीज है असल में, इसको नेगेटिव ना देखा जाए. ये पॉजिटिव क्यों है? क्योंकि कम से कम कोई सीईओ चीज को बंद करके जा नहीं रहा. ओके, वो उसको दोबारा से
But he's not shutting it down. He's bringing it back.
मतलब कि लेके आ रहा है वो बेस्ट जो लीगल ऑप्शंस होते हैं उसके अकॉर्डिंग टू जो भी उनकी लीगल टीम उनको सजेस्ट कर रही है. राइट? तो इसलिए इसमें कोई पैनिक वाली बात नहीं है.
Guys, he said it a couple times. He said,
Don't panic.
Don't panic.
से कम एक आदमी मार्केट में खड़ा होके किसी चीज को दोबारा से लेके आ रहा है, लेट इट बी इन एनी फॉर्म. ठीक है ना? ऑन पैसिव इधर ही है बेसिकली, वो कहीं गई नहीं है. ये जस्ट एक टेम्पररी सोल्यूशन होगा. ओके.
And that was weird. Him saying it's a temporary solution. I was like, are you going to like just run it as a different company until the SEC case? And then you're hoping to like turn it back into Onpassive? Like, what are we doing here? You know?
Okay. एंड उसके बाद जैसे जैसे लीगल टीम जो भी उनको सजेस्ट करेगी वो होते रहेगी। तो ये एक पॉजिटिव चीज है, चीज को बिजनेस को दोबारा से मार्केट में लाने का। इस चीजों को थोड़ा समझा करे, टेक्निकल है भी होती हैं ये, लीगल इश्यूज से भी होती हैं।
Oh, so it's technical and legal issues.
तो ये एक बिट नेचुरल चीज है, बहुत सारी कंपनीज ऐसा करती हैं। ओके, एक एक दो दो चार चार कंपनीज होती हैं, आपको भी मालूम रहेगा। ओके, तो बेस्ट पॉसिबल।
Then he drops that there are several different companies that are on passive, and that companies do this all the time. It was like, well, you've got several different companies. Been saying so.
क्योंकि उनके जो सीएस होते हैं, जो लीगल टीम्स होती हैं, वो ऐसे ही सजेस्ट करते हैं कि आप अगर ऐसा कर लो तो ये बेस्ट ऑप्शन रहेगा बिजनेस को रन करने के लिए। ओके, तो इसमें कोई वो पैनिक वाली बात नहीं है किसी को। दिस इज अ पॉजिटिव साइन हम सबके लिए। ओके, और ये चीजें होके जब मिस्टर एश चीजों को लेके आएंगे तो वो नेचुरली सब कुछ बता देंगे। और ये
So there you go. That's what he was saying last time. Now notice that when we're listening to what he just said the other day about his conversation with Ash, he's calling it on passive the whole time and acting like this never happened.
And I just told that, yeah, as we all actually love you, we love Onpassive. That's why we are here, despite any turmoil, we can say. And so we love you, we love Onpassive. So we are here. But the reality, which we know, you know, everybody knows, right? The phase we are going through. So people are a little bit restless. They are confused. Actually, so I told all these things to him that though they are dedicated, they love you, they love Onpassive, but the situation through which we are going from the past 6-7 months, that is a little bit of a concern to everybody all around the world, not only in India but all around the world.
Is it a concern because the recovering Hunbot keeps dropping her articles, outing things that you guys are hoping that nobody knows about? And so people are confused and getting worried about this. Is it also because Ash hasn't been shown up anymore? And I don't think that they realize that, yeah, they almost created a situation where in Onpassive, the O founders get restless and they do get confused and they start to panic when something doesn't happen for a long time. And then when they don't hear from Ash for a long time. And that's because before, Ash was showing up all the time, claiming that he was giving updates. Like almost daily, there were updates. So they've gone from like daily updates, right, to hardly any updates now. And for them, that makes them worry. Again, created by Ash. Ash creates the situations and then wonders how they happened. It's insane. Same with like his business. It almost started that same way. He created the business. Bunch of people joined. He was like, what's happening? Like, that's just the way it is. So he creates this like culture of, I'm going to show up every couple days and give you updates. And that's how I'm going to let you know that everything's going fine here. And then he disappears. And things aren't fine. And then there's information being leaked by the naysayers of all people. So, yeah, they're kind of like, what's going on? Thought this was starting. Because, again, the last time we heard from Ash, too, he once again stated it would be any day now. Don't worry. And that was Christmas. So then the last time since Christmas, where he like just showed up for Marty's birthday, it was just the exact same thing. There was no real update. And it wasn't celebrated as much as even Christmas was, I noticed. Did they still clip it and pass it around? Yeah. But it wasn't really seen as an update as much as it was seen as Ash visiting for Marty's birthday, which was kind of interesting to me. And then, the way that it looks with the way they're talking here, it looks like everyone is panicking. They are panicking. They're like, the site went down in last June. It's been over 6 months. The migration, is it still happening? What's going on? You guys keep saying soon. You keep saying you're going to tell us what happens. Now the naysayers and this Hunbot lady keep releasing shit. Of course they're going to be like that. So at least Gursminder called Ash, or had Ash call him, whichever. And he let him know. Everyone's flipping out. All of my people are confused and they're flipping out. You got to do something. Sounds desperate. Because they are. Marty. Global should read Marty Commode. I still miss Global. We shouldn't have said anything. Hasn't Gursminder been paid quite well by Ash to keep the Indian founders motivated? I believe so. I believe he would have been, since Chris and Marty were paid. I assume that Gursminder is probably also one of the top people that might have been paid. Chris, please keep your damn glasses on. I know. Lord. 6. No, I meant they had it for. But yeah, it's been down for 9 months now. But at Christmas, when Ash showed up, it had been down for like 6 months. Right? And then he was like, it's going to happen anytime. He said that. Said that Christmas Eve. It wouldn't be a matter of days, wouldn't be a matter of weeks or months, any day. And then it's like, okay, another like 2 months goes by. Yeah, they're going, what the hell's going on? What is happening here? Why are they panicking? They specifically told them not to panic. That always works. Marty's backdrop is just like Onpassive. Fake. Exactly.
As he told me that, I'm aware of all these things, and he literally believes that Onpassive is here to stay every time. But the ground realities are somewhat what happened in past 6-7 months was really like a harsh experience for him, and he will tell everything. But the thing was that he told that this Onpassive is the only project, only dream what he is pursuing from so many years, and he will not let anyone down despite all these things. And you
heard that. He said that Onpassive is not the only thing that he's been pursuing, and he won't let anyone down.
Day and night working towards this goal, and it's a much smoother ride now because the experiences which he has gone from all 7-8 months. So he's now much more experienced, we can say. And he told that with all his experience, he now particularly knows what to do. Actually, he's not relying on anybody, though he's working with his new team. But again, the things are under his control right now. That's why now he can, because I questioned him, that's okay, but people are just daily coming to us and hoping for a quick launch.
So I hear desperation, where he's like, everyone's coming to me. They're asking me what's going on. I don't know what to tell them because none of us know what's going on. And it's funny because Gursminder's the one that dropped Onfusion, so it's not like he helped the situation.
What's the status of that? And he literally told that yes, as he is seeing the things right now, and the progress he's seeing. So it's not a year.
So for those that don't know what this is the registration for the Onfusion technologies, but it's actually Onfusion Smart Technologies LLC. So you weren't really right either, Gursminder. But as I told my Discord, we found out, I guess there's nothing smart about anything here. So you can't call it Onfusion Smart now, can you? And as you can see, it was registered on July 17th, 2024. And it was Emad, Sawaftah, that registered it, not Ash Mufareh, which puts Ash again in a similar position like with the Onpassive Technologies LLC, which ends up being owned now by Muhammad Kamal, because that was all in Muhammad Kamal's name. So when they break up, he takes that with him. Ash now no longer has that one, the one in Dubai. Right? So I just find it fascinating that now we're acting like this isn't happening, or like this one has nothing to do with Onpassive. Is it a completely different opportunity? What's happening over here?
From now, because a lot of people have started thinking that from a year now Onpassive is launched, and he will literally say, and it's not also.
Hey, Salami. Salami says, it's amazing how Gursminder says that Mufareh says exactly what everyone wants to hear. Right? As they all do. They're always like, he says everything's going great. It'll be any day, guys. Just be patient and wait. It'll be fine.
6 months. Okay, so it's much earlier than all those things, and that was really exciting for me. And though I told Ash we have actually give so many times, but again something happened. So he literally told that no, now because he is a little bit different.
So he just gave it a time of 6 months. In 6 months, it's gonna happen, guys. That's what they're saying now.
Working a little bit different with a very, very smart team. So now the things have changed. Actually, now what we will will tell people, that will be a real deal. That will be a real thing that will happen. And onto that, I also told him that as we are in this phase, so people are having they want to do something. They don't have money. And people want something to do in there, so they have switched a little bit here and there to different MLM companies. And this is also a ground report.
So that's why they're so desperate. People are leaving. They're joining Vibe and other things now. All of them are leaving, going to other companies. What are we gonna do? What if they leave us?
Told him, and so if everything is okay, even I suggested him actually, Ash, if you can give some small system to these our founding members, because we are in a huge community, right, tied to each other. So Ash again said that no, Gursminder, because he's only focused in Onpassive, he can't give anything to anyone, but he has a message for all of us that.
So it sounds like Gursminder's like, Hey, you know that Onfusion T thing you said you had? Can you release that to us right now? We need something in the meantime. Otherwise, all these people are going to jump ship. And he's like, no, just stick with Onpassive.
Okay, it's free to do whatever they want, because they want to do for their livelihood. So make sure every time that they are an Onpassive founder first, right? And if they fall prey to some scam, that will bring bad name to all of us and Onpassive also, because those people, we know that these people are Onpassive founders. So whenever anybody,
you guys don't get scammed. That seems to be the theme here. I think they're trying to come and take my viewers now. They always accuse me of wanting to poach their community. And I'm like, why? I'm not selling them anything. I just want them to learn to be weary of these manipulation tactics you keep using on them, and then leave the scams. That's all. But I think they're trying to poach on my people now. They're out here like, we're going to start calling out scams. Just all of them except ours, though. Ours is the cool one, they say.
is choosing a program, so
6 months. So call it September 2025. But then it will be by year end for sure. Exactly. Right? Because the pattern in this thing, as you're bringing up, is come the fall, they start preparing for, it'll be over Christmas, so that just before Christmas, they can drop that it might not be Christmas, it'll actually be in the new year. And then we just start this whole thing over again. That's basically what it does every year. Nothing has changed in their pattern with that. It's the exact same. Even with all this shit going on, they still manage to stick to that pattern somehow. I mean, it works for them. It really does string these people along. It's crazy. You're like, surely this year, the 7th year, surely in the 7th year they'll wake up. They're like, no. They said it would be the year after. We're going to hang on. FOMO is real. So is sunken cost fallacy. They're very, very real. And it works. That's the problem. So the only way to combat this is by educating the public and spreading awareness about how to not fall for these tricks. You know, it's funny because in school, in public school here in Canada, we have to take like a media literacy sort of course. And they teach kids not to pay attention to like airbrushing and editing and be careful of certain marketing tactics and all that kind of thing. Do they not teach that in the USA? Because I just found out that they also don't teach civics in the USA anymore. And like here in Canada, you have to do like a Canadian history for like several years. Plus you have to take civics and you have to like understand all that stuff. Like it's a whole class you got to take. And I just think that in this media literacy now, we should really be teaching people about multi-level marketing scams and influencer culture, like a little bit more than just like, don't fall for the airbrushing. And these are some marketing techniques that people might use on you. Don't fall for it. Because that's all it kind of was. I think it needs to like dive deeper into that and talk about, you know, don't fall for this shit. But first, we have to make it so that these actually are not accepted by our society. That's kind of where we hit the wall right now. Those are my thoughts on that. Thanks for listening.
Just take a little bit more caution because there are so many fancy things. Afterward, they run away. So this was also a message from him that they can do, no worries until we come. But do with a caution, do with some good company if there is. Otherwise, Onpassive is right here and it's going to come much earlier.
So he says, go and do it then if it's a good company. I can see Marty wanting to shit himself. Marty and Chris are like, don't tell him that. Do it if it's a good company, but you know, Onpassive will always be here. You know, we're in the 7th year of our 2-month rollout, pretty much, right? I'm torn. I kind of hope 5 will launch on the 17th of February, but of course, I don't want them to. That's exactly how you should be feeling about Onpassive too. Like, you know, you want them to like get the products and get started, but at the same time, you're like, but then I kind of don't. Because then they're going to rip off more people. We don't want that. So you're just constantly torn. Like, you know, you're like, I don't want them to lie to all these people and get their hopes up and not give them what they promise. But then you're like, but then if they do actually do it this time, this thing launches and then people are going to start joining again. So I don't know. You know? You got to be like, stop lying to people. Stop making broken promises. Stop scamming. Says in the USA, if you go to a good school, you have a teacher that shows up. If your parents make you do your homework, you might learn something. If you're in a bad school, no one shows up to teach anything. What the hell is going on in the USA with the education system? Lord, that sounds awful. It explains a lot, maybe. But the unions protect the teacher either way, so learning is pretty limited. That sucks. That sucks. Shut your bloody mouth, Gursminder. Yeah, stop complaining to me. He basically is like the Canadian Indian version of Marty DeGarmo. He very much is. Like the same, he has a long history of doing these. He also has a large team. Like I said, it might even be bigger than these guys' team. And he also tells everyone to like let him know if they need help, but then tends to get really flustered and upset when people are coming to him. And like he's saying here, he's desperately asked Ash to do something because he doesn't know what to tell people anymore. Which, yeah, that was going to come. I mean, how long did you think this was going to go on for, where people were just going to be okay with waiting? Because eventually, like, yeah, they're going to start being like, goodbye. And again, since you're not registering any new people.
Actually what he's seeing, and this time it will be a more like a surprise to everyone what he's actually doing. It's not like a traditional or what we have known. It's many things more, which I think people will love this system now. Okay, and he little bit touched of Dubai also, and when he said, yeah, some things ugly happened from Dubai to India, and all those things. I think we can't speak here that thing, right? Everybody knows, and he told me, he said that yeah, he will let everybody know all these things, but that ugly face is now behind us, and he's totally working and totally committed to this project. Nothing is he don't see anything. There is nothing in front of him. This dream which he is sharing from so many years, it is about to reveal, right? It's about to come much earlier than people are thinking, because now that experience, that setback experience, is also.
The 1 minute Onpassive is not the only one that he's doing, and then the next minute all he has is Onpassive
with him. He exactly know whom to trust now and whom not to trust, and that's the reason why he is not coming frequently. He's making, but he will continue to do like this only. But I was of the opinion, I actually suggested that if in 15 days he can put up some pop-up message, just maybe whatever information here, so that will give more confidence, more boost, more like people feel happy about Onpassive. And but again, I gave.
What's that though? Is that going to be the new Onpassive? You know, like obviously he is starting something new.
Message to him that Ash, people really love you. Actually, they really love you, and they are so addicted to you, right? And then when I said, Ash, they are addicted to you, Ash told me, Gursminder, say one more time, say one more time what you are saying. I said, Ash, literally people are addicted to you. They want to see your face every day. Like,
did you hear that? He told Ash, everyone's addicted to you. And Ash was like, oh, say it again. It's like edging during the conversation. Say it again. Tell me how much everybody loves me again. I told you, he loves the praise. He loves the praise. I swear that's one of the main reasons why Ash won't walk away from this. Is because he will not give up on all of these people praying for him and praying to him, literally, like he's a god. He loves it. He just likes everyone to tell him how fabulous he is and how much they love him. And he hasn't even done anything. He took money from all of them. You know, gave them some shabby product to use. It sucked. OConnect sucked. So did all the other ones, okay? Yeah, I showed them to you. They sucked. You saw them. They sucked. But he wants these people to literally praise him next to God, next to Allah, next to Xenu, whoever they praise. He wants to be right up there with them. Which also goes against a lot of their religions, by the way. You're only supposed to praise the God as the God. That's it. No one else, especially a human being on earth. But anyway, I digress.
He was so happy to listen to this thing, right? And this is the way they are attached to you.
Sorry, it makes me a little sick to hear about how happy Ash is. To listen to people praising him like a god makes most people uncomfortable, by the way. Yeah, love bombing makes people uncomfortable too. But he eats it up because he does it. And he loves the praise. Which just tells me that he's probably a narcissist. Yeah, I can't diagnose him, but you gotta have narcissistic traits to be okay with people praising you like you are an actual god and calling you like Sir Lord of the Internet and stuff. Like, you know, like if someone said that to you, you know, if one of your friends just randomly showed up at your house and was like, oh my God, Jelly Snack, you are like so fucking amazing. You are goddess jelly snack. I think you're the most fabulous person in the whole world. You're goddess. I just want to praise you. You're so amazing. You would be like, okay, queen, that's nice and everything. Thank you for the wonderful compliments. But could we maybe not? Like, that's a little bit much. A little bit much, okay? A little bit much. Most people get very uncomfortable with that kind of thing where they're like, okay, like I like a compliment. People love to be complimented. But that's going overboard, right? There's overboard. And that's the stuff that Ash likes. He's like, yes, call me Sir Lord of the Internet. You know? Thomas says someone else is Sir Lord of the Internet. I knew I should have copyrighted it. Jelly's like, no, I take it all in. They're addicted to you. Yeah, a cult. Exactly. It's really weird. Like, even influence culture. Okay? Even in like the influencer culture here on YouTube, most of them don't want you to praise them like a god. All right? They might want you to like take their advice and take their product recommendations. But they're like, other than that, and you enjoying my content, you know, that's kind of it. So it's a little extra. It's just a little extra. Jelly says it's the weird edifying thing in MLM. It really is. Right? Because like, even in a workplace setting, would you ever call the CEO of your company Sir Lord of the Internet if you were working in tech? Probably not. It's like, yeah, and you have to think, like, he's the CEO and owner of this business. It's supposed to be a business. And they're like, Sir Lord of the Internet, we're starting a movement to save humanity. It's like, whoa. That's not a business. That's more like Scientology or something. Night as will face it, you're addicted to Ash. I'd call him an idiot.
And Onpassive. This is the passion of people. That's why they are here. Everybody's here from last 6 years, 5 years, 4 years. That is the reason they are here, because they feel connection to you. And
But that's the thing, is that like this whole thing is riding off of the back of that connection to app. So it's like, it is addicting to them. It is like a drug to them. They need their fix. And he hasn't been showing up for them like he once did.
Was all of the opinion, and he was so thankful to all of our founders. He literally told, I'm so thrilled and always so thankful that this community, this dedicated community, they are still with me. They have not run away anywhere, and they are hoping for their future to be bright with the Onpassive. So this was such a confident vibes from Ash, actually, and I was literally feeling very much confident after listening him, and he was also sounding so much better, so much confident. His voice was very much like clear. And he literally gave it like he's on that level. What I feel that he has to prove himself and bring Onpassive in a much bigger and a smoother way. And all these things were happening, and a little bit more. I suggested a few things, and so that
the vibes.
Everybody feel happy. And he said, you can give message to people that be confident. Here is a committed person who is going to bring some changes to all the lives on this global perspective, and he is working on that. People has to believe him because he's sincere, and he wants actual things to work in favor of people. So this was the message he actually gave all of us. I'm thrilled. People are thrilled. I made a video in Hindi actually because our Indian brothers.
Nancy Johnson says, do you think Gursminder has a hidden microphone under that turban directly from Ash? Ash is like, tell them not to leave. Tell them that I like being praised more. Tell them to praise me and not to leave. Everything's going fine, and don't panic.
businesses, so they were really concerned from so many months, and this was really a good card. So I just thank Ash that he picked my call, and he responded so well in his busy schedule. And but yeah, we are in good spirits. Ash is good.
I don't feel like he still has a busy schedule, because it seems like he's always available whenever they need him. Like Gursminder texts him, he calls him for 20 minutes. Whenever Marty and Chris are like, hey, you need to come up, something special's going on, he shows up for Marty's birthday. It's like, and I think that's another thing. When he seems so accessible, but then he's never showing up for them, they're going to get kind of like, well, why isn't he coming to the Heroes webinar or this webinar? He used to.
Spirits, and I think we are going to make a great 2025.
Yeah, I was telling people the same thing, Gursminder.
I like how a phone call is a major company update, right?
When the chance we talk to him, he sounds and looks more upbeat than he ever has. Even though bad things happened, I think the bad things were meant to happen. I think, because it moved us into an upper level that we never could imagine, it sounds like. So that's pretty cool. Thank you very much for coming on. In fact, you come on and we get an extra 100 people show up.
Yeah.
So,
well, you said it
Actually,
all.
I was sleeping. It's like 6:45 right now.
oh my gosh! I said, Chris, I think it's early. He goes, I don't care.
He called me. I just woke up. I saw his message. He said, "You have to come to live." I said, "Okay, Chris."
He looked like this when I called him. His turban was turned over. He didn't have his makeup on. But Gursminder,
he wears makeup. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I wasn't expecting that.
The reason I did this is because you put out an amazing video in Hindi for your people in India. We appreciate that. I thought, oh no, now people were sending me the translation, and I don't always trust translations. Some of the people that send me, I do trust, but I thought, nah, I want Gursminder to tell this message out. And once again,
basically, they didn't like how Gursminder was getting all the attention for having a new update without them getting any attention for having a new update. So they figured that they would have Gursminder on their show, so that they could tell people to go and watch their show instead for the new update. Right? That's basically all it is. That's all it is. And Gursminder fell for it because he also loves the attention. I hate that everything happens for a reason mentality, right? And there's this weird thing too where they're like, we had to suffer through this in order to get that wealth that's promised to us. All this suffering was so that when that happens, we would be more grateful and more willing to receive it. And I hate that. It's like, no, like the suffering happened because Ash broke the law and didn't do anything right. Like, it's not some test from God or anything like that. What the hell? But a cult will cult. Gurs had to put on his man bra before he could go live.
You're there for us, and I appreciate you, man. And let everyone know in India, we got this. Gursminder's got this. Ash Mufareh's got this. This is happening. It's real. Don't sway. Just stay. How's that one? There's a new.
Also, remember, the SEC could be starting to depose people in India. India could be finding out about this. So they might be like, what's going on? But we're not going to touch on any of that. Why would we do anything actually worth it here?
Thank you, Gursminder.
Right, guys.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
We want to thank you, Gurs, for all that you're doing. We know it's not always been easy.
What is he doing? What is Ash doing? Nobody's doing anything here. Like, what do you mean? Nev says Marty and Chris look really sick, right? They really do. And Chris has been sick. Chris has been really sick in the past week. So They need to eat a vegetable. The carnivore diet is definitely not doing it for them. They need to quit that. That's for sure. So when it fails again, it's all Gurs's fault. That too, right? Well, we don't want to tell anyone it's happening in 6 months. We'll get Gursminder to come on and do it. Then we can be like, well, I don't know. Gursminder said he talked to Ash, and he said 6 months. So this is the future faces of our world's smartest leaders. We are doomed. We are doomed. We are, Mark, for sure. That carnivore diet is really slimming these healthy dudes down to a good fighting weight. No, they don't do the carnivore webinars anymore. They did a few of them, and then all about Onpassive again. Gursminder's own business. It could be.
We know what you go through, and just letting you know you got the right guy you're looking at right there. He's going to give you the right information and keep you going strong. So we do appreciate you, my brother.
I wonder if Gursminder was like, I want to be at the top of the Onfusion thing. So, like, are you doing that? Should I get signed up? What's going on? I got to be above Marty and Chris this time.
Yeah, from past six years, we have always tried to give a precise and exact information to the people. Nothing from our own something. But sometimes people they actually misunderstood some things.
They twist the words, Gurs. They twist the words.
Yeah, they twist the word actually. Yeah.
I guarantee you there are people out here saying that Gursminder said that this thing is going to launch in 6 months. And that's what Ash told him on the phone. I guarantee you. And I guarantee you at some point, Tanya's going to tell everyone in a Facebook group,
Stop spreading misinformation. Gursminder never said that Ash said it would only be 6 months. Why are you doing that? Go and watch the webinar of Marty and Chris's again.
But he did say that. He did say that. It might have just been like him going, I don't know, Ash said it might be like 6 months. But they don't understand. It's not people twisting words or anything. Like, you just made it sound like Ash told you on the phone it would only be another 6 months. And they'll be like, we never said that. And 6 months from now, when it doesn't happen, they'll be like, that never happened. We never said that there was a phone call with Ash back in February where he said it would only be 6 months. What are you talking about? Because they do that a lot. There's only been one time, and that was this past Friday, where Tanya was like, Red didn't say that. Stop spreading misinformation. And I was like, okay, yeah, this time Red actually didn't say it. That's what I mean. I'll tell you if that happens. All right? I'll tell you. But no, all the other times, I promise you, all the other times that they've gotten mad at O-founders thinking something was said or promised or a date was given, I promise you, somebody said something, usually one of these dudes, and it would have given people that impression. Or if I go back and I listen to what they say, I'll be like, oh, I can completely understand why the O-founders could have interpreted it that way. So I want to make note of this one, because in 6 months from now, you watch, people will be like, why isn't it happening? Gursminder told us 6 months, When have they given precise information? Well, there was a time at the beginning of us covering this where Ash did used to actually give dates. Like, he would be like, so we're going to drop all 50 products for you next month on the 15th. And then the 15th would come and go and nothing would happen. And everyone would be like, well, you said that you were going to drop them on the 15th. So then he would be like, yeah, but I just named that day just to give an end date. It wasn't actually supposed to be on that day. You guys are twisting what I was saying. And then it's gaslight, rewrite history, pretend like they have no clue where people got that information from. So then Ash made an announcement that he wouldn't be doing deadlines or dates anymore because he didn't like being held to them. Because myself and the recovering Hunbot would also hold them to their dates and go, okay, you said the 15th. It's the 17th. Where is it? And they didn't like it. They thought that they would just be able to sit out here for years and promise people things and give due dates. And then when they came and went and nothing happened, that no one would ever correct them. Because they're like, yeah, we got these people manipulated. They just do whatever. They won't even bring up the commission. So, you know? But then once people were like, actually, we're holding you accountable for this, he was like, oh, I don't like that. We definitely can't give dates anymore. And even then, a few times he would allude to, oh, it will only be a month by next month, or oh, in a couple months from now. And he still does every once in a blue moon say something like that. And it's all just because he doesn't want to be held accountable. You know, it's like, don't promise them, like, don't say products are done when they're not done, first of all. That just seems stupid to do. And then don't give them a date that you're going to release them if you know damn well that they're not going to be done by that date. It's not hard. Like, but he can't do it. It's like as soon as he opens his mouth, he just starts lying about everything. Right? It's like he literally could not stop doing it. So he had to really be like, that's it, we're not giving dates anymore. And he did like a big speech, got mad at everyone, blamed all the O founders and said that they were being like cruel to him because they were expecting things to be done at a certain time. And they should really just all be grateful that he's giving it to them at all. And that just ended up adding more to the cultiness of it. And that's why there's so many of them that are now willing to just kind of sit around and wait and not do any pushback. Right? Worked in their favor in a way. It's never safe to be anywhere under Marty. No, it's not. It's definitely not. You can't Gurs his words because you can't understand what he said. You can't twist Gurs's words because you can't understand what he said. My brother's time and freedom is consumed by poor founders reaching out to him daily for desperate help. For those that don't know, Nancy Johnson is Chris Johnson's brother. Chris and Marty have nothing but stress as Ash hides in the shadows. And things are just going to get worse. I don't know if you've been reading hunbot.net, but the Dubai Onpassive has been charged with money laundering. There's a lot of organized crime and illegal activity that's been connected to this company. I tried to warn Marty and Chris to get out about 3 years ago because I warned them that things were not looking good behind the scenes and that they probably did not want to be attached to this, and that if they didn't get out 3 years ago, then they would be in a position where they wouldn't be able to get out. They're all in, and there's nothing that they can really do now. They've kind of stuck themselves there. They can't leave. They can't go on to something else. And now Ash is looking for some more fall guys. Right? Muhammad Kamal went down. Okay? So it's actually pretty serious at this point. It's not just like, oh, we're doing little MLM streams where we're just reacting. No, there's some really serious stuff going on with this thing. And unfortunately, at this point, Marty and Chris are both in too deep. And so is Gursminder, really. All these guys on the street right now are. And it's only a matter of time before certain things start happening here. I can't say too much, but if you read hunbot.net, then you know what I'm talking about. I've also done update videos of everything as well. If it's easier for you to have it read to you, you can go check out those videos. And the one about Muhammad Kamal, I made sure to put about 14 minutes of clips of him that are quite interesting. But it's too bad. It's too bad. because we really did try to warn them and try to be like, get out now. If you don't get out now, there's going to be a lot of problems. More than just the IRS or like the FTC. Might want to leave. But they said, no, Ash is our friend. And he has our best interest in mind. And I said, no, he doesn't. Apparently we do more than he does. That's the problem here, sirs. And they went, no, we like our scam. We're at the 1%, finally. So now it's like they'll forever be consumed by poor founders reaching out to them daily for desperate help. And it's a shitty spot to be in. Because I don't think that at Chris or Marty's real cores, they're necessarily bad people. I think that maybe they do want to help people. They just don't have the resources, the intelligence, or the connections to do anything. So they think that this is it. I feel like that's a lot of it. And I do think that it might be hard on Chris to be getting all these messages all the time. Because he wants to help. But he's not in a position to help. And the sad thing is Ash isn't either. But they've positioned themselves as the people who are going to help to all of these people. And it's like, you shouldn't have done that. But here we are. They knew that they wouldn't get them to stay because of the products. So instead, they got them to stay because of hope that they were all going to save them. And I wonder sometimes if they realize that maybe that wasn't a great decision. Because now they're kind of in this standstill where, like I said, they're just consumed by this day in and day out. That sounds like hell for somebody that actually does want to help people. You know? They'll probably claim that this is an AI generation from the bimbo ding-dongs. It's not like they haven't tried that before. Ash would give a date and miss it, then say he'll never give another date. But then he'd give another date and complain when people called him out for missing it. Exactly. We went through that for quite a while. And now he just doesn't show up. Because then he can't give a date, right? If he just doesn't come. I think I still kind of think that his lawyers might have been like, please stop talking. You're talking about it all the time. It's not helping us. It's not helping our case, sir. Please say as little as you can about this right now, publicly. And that's why now our updates are things like Gursminder's phone call. I believe it. It sounds like Chris and Marty are getting bombarded with requests for money on the daily. Yeah, they bring it up. They really do. They bring it up quite often. And I do believe that people are reaching out to them. They're the top of this thing, right? So to most of the people in this, especially those O-founders that would be reaching out for help, Marty and Chris are the next go-tos after Ash. And I know that they really wanted to be in that position because they thought it would give them a lot of power and control and money, and that probably seemed really fun. But I don't know if they thought about the actual downsides of this, right? Because of the whole toxic positivity and everything else that comes with MLMs. So I wonder if it's sort of starting to sink in and has been, right? They're like, oh God, this isn't fun. You know? I'm guessing most are scams, but I'm sure some are real stories. I think that they get probably a lot of real stories. Because anyone that wants to contact Ash for help right now, they can't get a hold of Ash. There's no way to get a hold of Ash. So the next two people in line to get a hold of are these two. And if you're in India, it's Gursminder. And from what Gursminder has said in this, it sounds like he's also getting a lot of the same messages that Marty and Chris are getting, right? Like they're all getting them. And this sounded like Gursminder was kind of desperately saying to Ash, like, hey, this is happening. We need something, you know, like we're kind of like running out of things to tell people, you know? They still have time to quit this. I hope that happens soon. I don't know if they do, Jelly. I don't know if they do. I don't know if it would help them right now, even if they did quit. I don't know if it would help. Deeper and deeper, and they just can't shut up, pretty much, yeah. That's why Ash says the bad stuff happened on July 24th. Yep. Yes, exactly. I put that together when we were reading it together. See, we always wondered that. Remember? They all of a sudden were like, the site went down June 24th. And I was like, no, it went down on June 27th. I remember this because the day the site went down was the same day that they signed their contract. I think AWS just kind of pulled the plug on the like same day, you know, like there, you got a whole year of our services, pull the plug now kind of thing. That makes sense to me. And that would also explain why Ash has such a backlog of money owing as well. So I was always like, what happened on June? Because it was June, not July. What happened on June 24th though? That like got them mixed up. Like, why are they so obsessed with June 24th, 3 days before? I always said, you know, they want to give themselves 3 extra days it's been down for. I won't stop them. But we always wondered, and now we know that it's because Dubai charged Onpassive Technologies LLC, Mohammed Kamal, with money laundering on June 24th. And I think it's proof that Marty and Chris know that because they're the ones that mixed up the dates. And they wouldn't have mixed up those dates if they didn't know about Onpassive and Mohammed Kamal being charged on June 24th. And this is why I'm like, Jelly, it might be too late. I don't know what their involvement is in anything else going on. I can't speak to that. Maybe in future, the recovering Hun bot will be dropping it. I don't know. But right now, all I can say is it's interesting that they mixed up those dates. I think it might be proof that they were aware of what was going on June 24th. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with all of it in future. And again, they're so connected with Ash, they might be in just as much trouble for this as Ash gets into. You know, it depends on what they know. And that might be something that only the feds or the SEC or a place like that could look into. That's not something that I could go and necessarily research and look into myself. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens. Which if I was them, I'd be shitting myself right now, by the way. I have tried, but Ash has him under his spell. I still hope he has a breaking point. I hope that if they are connected and any feds come to ask them about things or the SEC is deposing them, that they are at least honest and open, and that maybe that will open their eyes. And maybe if they agree to help out with anything that's going on instead of, you know, helping Ash, then they can get out of it. You know? Because, like, they're almost just as guilty for promoting this as Ash is at this point. And that's kind of the issue. I know that Marty really wants to be a marketing guru, but when it comes to a pyramid scheme that's connected to organized crime and money laundering, maybe you don't want to be a marketing guru. You know? Like, maybe sit that one out. You know? You know, I think we need to cancel Ash. We really do. We really do. You know, once Ash falls, the scam falls. And I think that's why the SEC wants to do the director's ban. Because even they know that they have to stop Ash from running anything else. And that will at least make it so that he won't be able to be owner, operator, CEO, COO, have any management position whatsoever in any, at least USA companies. Which then, like I said, that won't stop him in Dubai. That won't stop him maybe even in Hyderabad, depending on what goes on in Dubai. You know, we're kind of also waiting on all that. As soon as we can tell more information, we will. Hello, Lily B. Hi, Nancy. I sure hope that Chris actually hears your concern for him. He'll need you when he's ready to leave this scam. Yes. Yes. And that is the one thing that Brother Mark here has been doing very, very well. He's keeping an eye on it and making sure that Chris knows that he's always here for him. Because that's all you can do. That's all you can do. You can't wake them up, unfortunately. Have you ever had a friend in a domestic violence relationship or a friend in a cult? It's the exact same thing. You can't make them wake up. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, it's something that they have to kind of do on their own. That's the shitty thing about it. And all you can do is just provide them with the resources and the information, which they're very aware of. Marty reads the FDC website in this very stream. Like, that's all you can do is be like, here's the information on this, and then I'm here for you, and I'm not going to turn my back on you because you're in this. I can't support you in this. I'm not going to buy anything. I don't like you're doing it, but I will always be here. And then if they try to push you away, don't let them. Because the scam is telling them, the cult's telling them, you know, isolate. Push everyone you love and know away. So if you are a friend or a family member of someone in a cult, in an MLM, etc., the best thing you can do is not let them push you away. And then the cult wins. So as long as you're still there, then the cult doesn't win. And hopefully one day they do come around before it's way too late.
Yeah, but also, Gursminder, you're dealing with a lot of people, right? I mean, a lot of people. And sometimes it's the third generation of people that hear the news, and it changes every generation. So by the time it gets to the last guy telling the story, he's got it a little bit twisted. I mean, that's the same all over the world. It's just not India. Yeah, beautiful. That was a big help. And you're invited anytime, Gursminder. That was fantastic.
So I would love to. Yeah, you daily. I think without fail, you are doing this thing, Marty and Chris, and it is appreciated all around the world. You know, we literally love this thing every day, and we are so proud of both of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Back at you. Back at you.
So, what are we doing? What's on? Gursminder, are you going to be able to make it to Heroes at 2:00?
At what time it is?
It would be. I think 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. 4 hours from now, exactly.
Mine is right now 7 a.m. So 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll try, because just I have a certain work around 9 or 10 a.m. and I'll make it,
You can be late, right? I'll get you the link and you show up when you can show up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. You just send me a link and I'll make sure that I'll come there. Yeah.
See, they want everyone to hear this phone call information with Ash. It's very important.
All right, beautiful. That way everybody can hear the same message. And that's going out live to
like what was said here that like everyone needs to hear. Again, like, yeah, okay. So he said that Ash said it would be another 6 months. Other than that, like what are we doing? You know? What are we doing?
Many channels, Gursminder. I'll even have it go to your channel and everybody. That way everybody can see the message.
Right, and they just do webinars all day long.
I think that's good.
Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed, Gursminder's got one of the biggest YouTube channels.
It's 97K right now.
Yeah, make sure. Let's get him to 100. We got to get him to 100. Let's see. We got to get Bill Musk to 100, Marty to 100, Gursminder to 100, and me to at least.
I think YouTube has to actually terminate all of your channels for spam and for promoting a scam. And I really hope that once the SEC case is won, that can happen.
30, so I'm getting there.
No, but we've been doing it a long time. That's why. All right, thank you, Gursminder. All right, everybody, that was a special show. We just hit going $5.99, 600 people here today. Wow.
And
Gursminder will be on from now on. I'm just
Yeah, interesting. Mm-hmm. Yep, you can get a lot of viewers when you're preying on India, I guess. I'd rather pray for India. Anyway, that's all that we need to see today. That's where it ended. That was the end of their stream. So I just thought that was interesting, very fascinating. Ash apparently told Gursminder it will be another 6 months and things should be happening. So don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath, because I doubt that things will be popping off in Onpassive by the end of the summer. But, you know, it's very important that everyone knows that Gursminder spoke to Ash and told him that everyone's still praising him. Don't worry. All right? Don't worry. And then he also told him, hey, people are leaving for other MLMs. But, you know, Onpassive, we need something. And Ash said, well, all I'm doing is Onpassive and other things. But don't worry, I won't let you guys down in Onpassive. So then Gursminder said, okay, guys, Onpassive is his only thing. And I showed you guys that they're doing Onfusion. So I don't know if that's not supposed to be attached to Onpassive maybe anymore. Or what's going on with that? I guess only time will tell. Only time will tell. The Onpassive saga continues. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I almost can't wait. But who will fill in the 7 to 11? Fill in at 7-11 if Gurs isn't there? I don't know. Gurs also talked on Heroes webinar. Yes, he did. He went on Heroes webinar to give it again. I was wondering if you guys wanted me to react to the Heroes webinar. We could probably do that either tomorrow or Wednesday. So let me know, and we can react to the Heroes webinar, where I'm sure that everyone's going to be super duper excited, and then where Gursminder shows up and gives the same message. I heard Marty was wilding out on it, so it might be a fun one. All right. He gave Ash the old rub and tug, pretty much, yes. Just kissed his ass a bunch, said, please, please do something for us. Everyone's writing us all the time, and they're addicted to you. And Ash said, say it again. And he said, they're addicted to you. And Ash was like, please, please say it again. And he was like, they're addicted to you, Ash. And he was like, yeah, that's what I love to hear. So that's pretty much all that was. But it's big news. And again, I'm thinking it's big news because he mentioned the 6-month thing. And as soon as they mention a time, right? As soon as a time, a date, any of that's dropped, they're like, oh, new update, guys. It's in 6 months. It's in 6 months. Everybody get ready. So I thought it would be interesting to kind of see how everyone was reacting to the news on the Heroes. So let me know if that's something you guys want to do. That'll probably be the next stream. And I hope that all of you have a fabulous, amazing rest of your MLM Monday. Please go and check out all of the other anti-MLM creators. If you want some more Onpassive stuff, my dear friend, the Recovering Hunbot, is probably going to drop some very soon. So be sure that you're subscribed over there. And yeah, I'll see you guys again either tomorrow or Wednesday. I have kind of a busy week this week, and I'm really hoping that I can get Friday done for us this week as well. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream tomorrow because I have a bunch of stuff I got to get done in my real life, you know, so it might be Wednesday. But do let me know if that's something you want to do. I love all of your faces, and I'll see you then. Have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous day. And like always, Mr. Level's already ready. We're in it to win it, baby!
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. We are here.
I'm Mike Elsh, by the
We
way.
are Onpassive, shining bright into the future. We rise high.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call.
Standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn. We are the
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or sighing, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly.
Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was screaming at Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about commission. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them over and over. It's not the answer you want, but
Yeah.
call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
All right, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their experiences. My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Elsh, by the way.
Have a good one, everyone. Happy
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Mufareh.
Stop going there.
Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.